I did research and I realized that a lot of this soap had like some really bad products and some non-kosher products, and it got me paranoid, and I was like, I'm not using soap.
Yeah.
And so while I was in high school, there was a little short period of time. Don't worry, I use soap today. AdventFit is a podcast that has a holistic approach to physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. In each episode, we share productive ways to live a healthier and happier lifestyle. Unlike other podcasts in this space, AdventFit gives you a comprehensive approach to fitness without the fluff for the everyday Christian.
SSS Naturals is the name of the company.
Triple S.
Triple S.
Triple S Naturals.
Triple S.
Only 2 S's. Oh,
No,
wow.
Triple S
Naturals.
Naturals. And it's basically homemade soap. We've done he's done other things like chapstick, but it's mostly concentrated on soap and hopefully expanding to a lot of other more natural things, non-toxic.
Exactly.
The other business that I'm working more on is an affiliation with a company called Young Living, promoting essential oils. So the soaps are made with essential oils, and I'm also promoting using essential oils plus other natural products. The whole thing is about using natural products.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
going non-toxic.
Non-toxic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
correct.
what we're about, yes.
Yeah.
I love the idea that you guys have like these natural products. Most times when we talk about things, we talk about what we put inside of our body.
Exactly.
But these are things that are outside
Exactly.
of the body. Okay. Why do you think the outside of our body is also important?
Well, especially me, I will tell you from my own experience. Like before, I used to see soap like a little skeptic, like and I started researching and reading about the benefits and all the things that we can do with the soap. And I discovered that, most of the soaps are made with chemicals and other things. They use colorants. They use the difference between fragrance and essential oil is that the fragrance are man-made, right? So it's this creation of chemicals to make us feel the scent and the smell of the different flavors that we have in this world. So I was like, okay, let me go a little deeper, and then I see all the elements that they were using to make the soap. They were not benefit for our skin. Remember, sometimes people look like a little older than they really are.
Yeah.
Yes, because all the things that we put outside, they degrade our skin and all things. So that changed my mind. I said, why we don't get something that can help us to look better, but at the same time look healthy. So and I started like looking into and combining different stuff until I say, okay, I want a product that can be natural from the beginning to the end. So that's why I started doing the soap, and we're not getting into a largest like the corporations, like because we want to keep it pure. We're gonna keep it simple and sincere.
Yeah, a lot of soaps have sulfates and all these toxic ingredients, but your soap is natural and it smells amazing.
Correct.
And I felt
Thank you.
I felt really, really clean using the soap.
Yeah.
And one thing that we got to remember, the skin is the largest organ in our body.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you mentioned like we take care of what we ingest, but also what we put on our skin is so important because the body absorbs and it goes into our blood, and it goes all over the body. So we got to be careful not just with what we take in, but what we put up or apply on our body. A lot of times we think, oh, it smells good and this smell, and that's what's important. Honestly, no, because it has chemicals. So if we go more natural, you get the natural fragrance, but then you get the good stuff that actually enhances or betters your
And I will tell you, for all, for Christian people, and it's important what we put inside.
Exactly.
But how about what we put outside?
Yes, inside and outside.
Exactly. So it's both combinations. We need to, take care of that. Yes.
I really liked your story, your background story of what inspired you to make this soap here. I'm gonna get a little personal here.
No.
When I was in high school, I went to one of those annoying health seminars. We're very much against the annoying health seminars that try to guilt you into certain things. And so I remember getting kind of fanatical when it came to the health stuff, because I was like, I started getting paranoid because that's what it does to you. And so I did research and I realized that a lot of this soap had like some really bad products, and some non-kosher products, and it got me paranoid, and I was like, I'm not using soap. So while I was in high school, there was a little short period of time. Don't worry, I use soap today. There was a short period of time where I stopped using soap. And it started caking and everything. And I was like, man, I really gotta find research. I gotta find research to find better soap than this. I eventually called the soap company and found out that they were no longer using those unkosher products, but it's still not the best kind of products they're using. So it's really awesome that you guys have something like that.
Yes.
So I'm very curious about how you actually make this soap.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, when we say all natural, is, obviously it's a process that, and during that process is because there's different ways to make soap in these days, but the original way is when you combine oil with water, and to do that you need, obviously a chemical. So we use two elements. One is oil and one is water. And between that, you need a chemical to combine them. So we call that like chismoso.
A gossiper,
A gossiper.
So that combines the two.
But
it's just a little nickname.
And then, the chemical is very strong for what it does. But as soon he does his job, he's going away. Because what everything does is
it evaporates or something?
Yeah, that evaporates because it's salt. It's like a strong concentration of salt.
Like it glues it together.
Yeah, but it's like
necessary. You need it.
Yeah.
But what's left over is natural.
No, it's nothing left of.
Okay.
Because it's just like do his job and then go away.
Okay.
Because it's
like a gossiper.
Like a gossiper. Exactly.
But gossiper's job is not good.
Yeah. But that's what it does, and then after that, it's nothing. It's a process to that chemical to go away. But after the finished product is totally natural, because you need something to combine the water and the oil. So how you do that?
Yeah.
You need that.
Okay. So you just make this in your bathtub,
No, I mean, actually, I do it in one part of the kitchen because we have a small kitchen, but I do it in the size where we don't use when we don't use our tools. I have my own tools, everything like that. But the process is very interesting because if I fail to do everything, the amount and everything, the way it's supposed to be, is no soap.
That's something crazy, like an explosion.
No. It's not soap.
Okay.
Soap.
All I'm imagining is like some Breaking Bad. Like he's in his thing. And he's like a chemist.
No. But it's very interesting because when you see that how when you combine the water with this element and you see the final product is like a pudding style, and then after that you need to let it cure. We call it like cure. You need to let it cure for 24 hours. So before that, it's like a pudding, tester. But after the 24 hours, it's like a block of, you can say like, how this happen? From something liquid going
it solidifies.
To something solid. It's amazing.
You have like soap cubes, or do you?
I said cube,
It's long. It's like a mold that he made. A homemade mold. He made it, and then he fills it, and it hardens, and he cuts it.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. So to conserve the smell, I mean the essence, the essential oil.
The oil.
You need to put it at the end of the process. Before you actually, we call it a solidification. It's the process when it goes slowly, but it's raised to a temperature that is converted to gel because the temperature rise up. And then when the temperature start going down is you get the block of soap. But you need to get it in that position because it's gonna get harder and harder and harder because the water is gonna evaporate.
Your company is called SSS Naturals, right?
SSS Naturals.
So what does
correct.
the SSS stand for?
We was looking for a name.
Yes.
And then, a couple of names come up, and I was talking to Suni about it. I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not sure, something natural. I know it's something natural. So we was looking about, and then my daughter was, I think she was born already.
Yeah, she was about maybe
so we
months old, maybe, or almost one.
Yeah, and then I was looking like, how. So I started combining names, sharing with her, and I said, how about this? And I was it was hard because there's a lot of names out there, a lot of, and you want a catchy name.
Yeah.
But we want to make it our own, right?
And we want to make it our own. So, I was like looking at, like, okay, let me put my name, my daughter's name and my name, let me see. And then I was like, okay, let me take the S out of the 3. And then I have finally, I come out with the 3 S. I was like, 3 S. Okay, how you want to pronounce it? I was like, SSS? Okay, and then you add natural. Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah. And then when I told her, she was like, that sound catchy.
Nice.
So was that planned with the whole naming of your daughter for S before?
We always wanted an S for our daughter when we first wanted, but the company came after, so it didn't, we thought about the S, keeping the S. I always wanted to keep the S. Our last name is with an S too. So
Quadruple S.
Yeah. But we didn't want to take it so far. When you start using natural things, the only way you can figure out what's bad for you is if you use the natural stuff and you see the difference. We don't realize how much chemicals we put in our body, not just in soap, lotions, perfumes, shampoo. We put all these things on us that have so much chemical, and we don't realize it because our body becomes so used to it.
Yeah, saturated.
And then until we change it, then we're like, whoa, wait, there's a difference here.
Yeah. And, we use some of the stuff that is made actually for the environment. It's healthy for the environment. Right. So also I use coconut oil too.
Yeah.
So I combine all those things, and then when I put it in my skin, I noticed that it was like, I put some cream on it. I was like, I didn't put cream. It feels so soft.
Yeah.
What's
it did the job and it did it better.
Exactly. And I was like, And then I stopped noticing that all the people like her and all the, my family, things like that, friends, they come and was like, this feels different and leave my skin very, very soft. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm going in the right direction, Yeah. But the feeling is amazing. The feeling is amazing.
You are in the essential oil game.
Yes,
here. So tell us like why or what are the benefits of essential oils? Like why should somebody even consider essential oils?
Well, actually my husband was the one that got me started on this because he started the soap first and he was using essential oil and did a whole bunch of research, and I was very ignorant. I was like, well, what are you doing? What is that? Essential oil? I don't know nothing about that. And he actually purchased the product first for Young Living, and I completely ignored it. But then I did in the beginning because I didn't understand, And then I got sick one time, and he was like, hey, try this essential oil, which is called thieves oil. And he was like, hey, just drop it 1 or 2 in the water and just try it, because I had a cough that just wouldn't go away.
To drink it.
Yeah, drinking it.
So what's in the thieves oil?
And so the thieves oils is made up of several different oils. Some that are in it is cinnamon, clove is in that oil. So it's a combination of oils that is good for infections. So I tried that, and like a day later, it soothed my throat in a way I was like, what? And as I started to read more about it, and I understood that essential oils coming from plants. This is what God gave us from the beginning. And people used to use this back in the day, but we kind of lost our way and started, making all these things with chemicals because, we want things to be done fast. But a lot of times when we give the natural the time and the attention it needs, we can get healed. Our body can heal itself if we give it the time and natural things. So these essential oils come straight from plants. And this company, what I loved about this company is that they plant the seed, they take care of the plants all the way to the end, and they add no chemicals at all throughout all the process. They own these farms and they oversee these things and make sure that everything is completely non-toxic. I was like, that is great. And that's what opened my interest. I was like, this is what I want to use and share.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, that reminds me of the verse where the Bible says the herbs are for the healing of the nations.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Like you said, that people were using it, but we lost our way.
Correct.
And the thing about essential oils, it's even more powerful than just the herbs because it's like the juice of the plant, right? It's like the life
of the plant.
the life of the plant. You know, and that's why it's powerful. I mean, it comes in small little bottles because each drop is very powerful. Yeah. And they just do different combinations because God has created, it's amazing. God created plants for so many things. Like one plant can be used for so many different healings and different things. And because these oils are super pure, we think that we can't ingest it. But yes, there are some oils that we can ingest.
Yeah. That's why you have to be careful.
Because they're super pure. That's why you have to be so careful. You know, there's so many oils out there, many different people. You got to be careful who research who the company, you know, you're getting it from and make sure that these are good oils, even if you're just putting it on your skin, because you can use it to diffuse it, you can use it on your skin, and you can use it to ingest it.
So all these oils you can ingest?
It depends what the purpose is.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because there's certain oils that the purpose is not for ingestion. Like some of them can be for pain. And you would put it on it. You know, some of them is more so each one has a purpose, but there are some oils that you can ingest. Like there's a line that they have called Vitality, which I have here. There's mint and ginger, for example. You can put it in a water. You can cook with them too. There's ginger, basil, parsley. You know, you can cook with them, you know, as well. So there's different ways you can use it. It just depends what the purpose is.
And all these soaps have essential oils in them, right?
Yeah, I use actually, I don't use those because I'm not permitted to.
Yeah.
But I use a company that is close to this one. But remember, this is different but I use the same essential oil.
And you have 3 types. Is there 3 types of soaps?
No, I have like 7.
Oh, 7 types.
Wow.
But I have like right now that's what I have because I run out obviously. But I have 7. I have eucalypt, like. You know, and I have one of my best sellers is a honeysuckle.
Suckle, yeah,
honeysuckle. Honeysuckle,
So,
and
so
also the other one is lavender.
And the exfoliating soap is a very
I have the
exfoliating soap.
Exfoliating soap.
And also the one they call black soap, the charcoal.
The
soap.
charcoal.
Those
But the
are
charcoal is
big
amazing.
selling.
You can purchase this all online, right?
So it's an Etsy.
Etsy.
SSS Naturals LLC.
Just look for SSS Naturals Etsy.
Yeah.
SSS Natural
LLC.
LLC.
Registered company.
SSS Natural LLC on Etsy. And you can find these things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting excited. You make me want to take a shower right now. but before I do that, I want to know, because you said you ran out of some things. So you're obviously selling. You're obviously doing well. So tell me a little bit about the business side, because we have people that come and check out our podcast that are inspiring to also be entrepreneurs when it comes to the health products. How did you guys get into the business side, and how were you able to take off on either one? Yeah.
I can talk a little bit because I helped him with the business side on the SSL Naturals. I mean, when you have an idea and you want to do it, you got to do research, first of all. Research what other companies are doing, because you do have competition out there, right?
Yes.
Even for natural.
Yes.
But if you are sure that, for example, for the soap, we were sure this is what we want to do. We researched how to register the company because we want to make sure that it's a legit company. So we registered the company. So we're an LLC.
Very important.
Which is super important. And, we manage our expenses. We do have, someone that helps us with the taxes and all those things. But basically we manage our expenses and we do our promotion. So we try to, promote in events, promote with people that we know. I mean, word of mouth is so powerful. Talking to people and just sharing also, since when we first started, we were like, let's give out a couple of piece samples for people to use them, because a lot of people are skeptic and don't know.
People just wash their hands right there in the station.
Yeah.
we did do that for a moment because that's the way to promote. The other thing that people have a misconception about is the cost, the price. They're like looking for the cheapest thing, but when you buy something cheaper, you're gonna get cheaper quality, right?
Exactly.
And when you do homemade stuff and stuff that is supernatural, it does cost a little bit more because they're making the effort of making things non toxic. And the reason is that it makes it more expensive is because everything now is marketed with chemicals and marketed with all these things to make it last longer, to make it cheaper. So that's the way people are accustomed. But a lot of these homemade stuff, it's natural, and it's more important to be healthy than to save your money in your pocket sometimes. You know, we got to look out for our health. So in the business side, we try to promote the wellness of it, what God has given us, and how best to take care of our bodies.
Cheap isn't always better, right?
No, it's not.
Cheap isn't always the way to go. And so this is not cheap, as in it's not low quality stuff that you guys have here. Correct. These are really awesome stuff.
But to be able to do that, like she say, I mean, you do your research and well informed about what is out there, because remember, out there can be a lot of things that they say is good, and they can sell that to you like very good, and then you find out that is a completely
a lot of these companies.
Exactly. I was looking for essential oil a long time ago, like a company that I can trust. So I started like tasting different companies online, and you know, other people that was referring, take this, take that. So, you know, every time that I did that, I felt like, you know, because the product was not really good. So do your research, and if this like that's your passion to do something, just go for it.
For sure.
You know, just go for it. Even though you started small, because we are starting small, but it's gonna, you know, you feel when it's growing and growing, that the people start like liking your product and demanding, like, you know, more and more and more. So that's why you really, you know, and then it's not only that, when you see that your product is helping people, because I have the testimony of one person that came to me, even though I was like a little, you know, when you started like, let me joke a little about this, a bit, you know, to see if I can succeed or I can do it like that. So, you know, she came to me and said, I have a niece that I have a issue with the skin, you know, in the face, and she has all these, you know, imperfections. And they told me about this, product, not my product, but, you know, in general product. And she say, the charcoal is good for this and that. I was like, yeah, but not all the charcoal. Let me inform you about that. And I explained to her like what is the best and the best custom to use it. And then she was, oh, nobody told me that. Thank you very much. And can I buy one of your products? I was, of course, come on, you know. And she bought it. And then she like the next time that she saw me, I see her in my, you know, in the table in my line. She was like, this is a good product. I was like, what? And she says, yeah, you know, this actually worked. You know, I'm gonna show you pictures of my niece. Yeah. And when she, you know, showed me the before and after.
Oh wow!
Do you have those?
I was no, I don't have it here. I'm sorry. You know, yeah, I know. But you know, she was like, thank you very much. You know, because her niece was getting better, and you know, the acne, exactly. Wow. And she actually told me like, you know, every time I go, she buy from me because that. You know, and she talked like the testimony she gave to other people. Yes, buy it.
5 stars.
Exactly. You know, and I have if I tell you many stories, but that's the main thing. We are doing this to help other people to experience what we experience with the product. That's all. You know?
I like your philosophy, because your philosophy is about helping others, right? So it's not just a business; it's a service.
You can look at it that way. If you look at it that way, money, you know, buy a lot of things, but you know. Friendship or, you know, good relationship with people, that doesn't buy money.
It's so satisfying, I guess, to be able to hear somebody say, hey, that product really helped me. Yeah. I've been going through this. I couldn't figure out what to do. And that one, like it helps you feel like you have a purpose, like you have something. It's not just about money. If you're doing a business, and I say to everybody that is an entrepreneur, don't do it just because of the money.
Yes.
Do it because you're offering something that maybe not everybody has or that people need, and you're supplying a need, because you're going to feel so filled, and you're going to feel like your company has a purpose to do something, you know, and money will come, you know, at its time, you know, you leave that to God. But when we help each other, I think that's when we grow.
I'm loving everything I'm hearing here. This is awesome stuff with the soap and essential oils, these natural products. where can people get these things? I know you said a little bit about the Etsy, but maybe what's the best way to contact you guys or find these products?
Oh, sure. So for SS Naturals, now we're doing the soap. Etsy, definitely SS Naturals LLC. You can find us there. For the products of Young Living, you can, my Young Living number is 430-5713. You could go to youngliving.com and look me up. My name is Sunilbe, Sunilbe, Ciceron, Siceron. And also you can contact us at 917-689-1278 for any of these products, and we can get it to you.
This is awesome. And you guys can find these links in your show notes and all that contact information, because we want you to not miss out on this awesome stuff. We want you to be good, not just on the inside, but on the outside as well.
Before you close,
yeah.
I would like to offer you
a
little sample. I know you got it, but I know you decide both of you which one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciation of.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. And so you can find all these links in our show notes, and you can also find it if you check out our website, AdventFit.org. And if you want to check out our social media accounts, my social media accounts can be found on WayneJamel.com.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Woke. That's WHOKE.
And do you guys have any social media that you would like to push here?
Of course. So Instagram, I am on Instagram, Living with Suni, S-U-N-I. That's me. So you can check me out there. Facebook, I'm also under my name, Sunilbe Ciceron. And I think there's a
Instagram
for SSS Naturals also has an Instagram page.
Awesome. So until next time, we have Suni, Sandy, and I'm Wayne Jamel.
And I'm CJ from White, and the C is for check out Young Living and SSS Naturals. And we'll see you next week, folks.
If you enjoyed this episode, why don't you click the like button?
And the notification bell.
Ding!
And if you really liked it, please share this episode with someone close to you.
But before you do that, subscribe to AdventFit.
Exactly.